Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was indeed great to have you all during the last 2 days, and every moment will be cherished for the rest of our life, I'm very sure. And at the outset, for this valedictory, it's my pleasure once again to request the President of ISBA, Dr. Rajendra Jagdale, to initiate the final comments, in fact, the valedictory function. So put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Dr. Jagdale and the entire team, the governing council members. Mr. Paul, kindly come over, quickly. Yeah, I would now request Dr. Jagdale to take over from here. Yeah.
I think Shankar has to leave to catch his flight. You can't leave like that, just a minute. And I request Mithil Saab to come on the stage and offer a memento to Shankar. He has made the difference. Without Shankar's presence, I think the conference would not have been so successful. He has really made a difference. We're grateful to you. Everything that you have done is from bottom of your heart, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And now you are hooked on to ISBA forever.
Thank you, sir. Thanks. Thank you very much. And I also enjoyed every bit of the 2 days. And I think ISBA is planning to hit a century. They are now at 70 not out. So I hope before we all head towards our respective safe and secure destinations, let ISBA score a century before the next event. Thank you very much.
Just to very quickly summarize, I don't think it's possible to summarize this conference, but nevertheless, being incubators, I think we get fascinated by data. So I think the past 2 days, we've had close to 400 people who have participated in this conference. Of course, there were participants from very, very different backgrounds, organizations. We had about 76 of our incubator existing member organizations. We had about 25 international participants from about 11 countries: USA, Russia, Singapore, Malaysia, Finland, South Africa, Korea, Sweden, Australia, Denmark, France. And I think we had about 30 odd startups coming from all our member incubators. We had the 6 Tara centers representing the rural incubation. And then I think one of our largest community were the organizations which are going to be the next generation incubators of India, and hopefully commercial break, future members of ISBA. A total of I think 18 sessions saw 77 speakers, and from whatever little feedback I got, I think most of the sessions were well received. We had 4 states which participated from the point of view of not only being a sponsor but also sending institutions from their respective states, which are Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Kerala. And then of course we had the excellent and continuous support from the Department of Science and Technology. And I think this is the 11th year of the conference, and out of those 44 days of our 11 conferences, Mithil sir has attended all the 44 days. He has not missed even a single. So when it comes from him, I think his presence here has itself been a great motivation. But we also had DBT, BIRAC in big way, MSME, DIPP, NRDC, Niti Aayog, good representation from the central government. And of course, I think Jagdale sir and his team kind of set a record, I think 3.5 weeks to put this entire show together. And in these 3.5 weeks, I think we mobilized something like 24 different sponsors. And it's very, very thankful to the sponsors. We had 7 of our own incubator members who sponsored this conference, 4 central government departments, 2 state governments, 7 industries, entrepreneurs who supported, and there were 4 regular institutions. So this in turn sums up a kind of this thing in terms of what data and statistics, because the intangible part is very difficult to talk about, for which I would just request 1 or 2 members from across the audience to share their feedback with us. Any 2 people.
Well, I found it very open, very communicative from all sides. So this is either it's a function of the fact that we are all involved in the startup energy, or I guess it's also something to do with the way you put the whole program together and brought this group of people together, because this is my first ISBA conference and I'm very, very positively impressed with the sheer interactivity and the fact that people are genuinely sharing and receiving feedback and contributing. So I've taken a lot of it. So amazing. Thanks.
Thank you. Any of the potential, I mean, in organizations which should set up incubators down the line?
I'm Dr. Valli Kumari from Andhra University. We are about 19 people from across various state universities who were sponsored by the AP Innovation Society to attend this program. And I'm happy to state about 12 state universities are coming up with their own incubation centers in the next 1 year to come. So it is indeed a very enriching experience to know about. Even before we started something, we learned a lot of things, a lot of people we could network with, and I think we have a very promising state of things to happen in our own state. I thank you organizers for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you so much. Yes.
I'm Shaurya Reddy from NGO called Valedictory from Hyderabad. We are actually one of the biggest NGO in Telugu states there, and now we are planning to start an incubation center for promoting social entrepreneurship. And since we are a startup incubation, coming here, actually we participate in different sessions. We have brought in very good speakers who are able to give us the kind of information, knowledge we need to start an incubation center. And also interacting with the many people here, it really helps us to have good connections because I believe incubation center is stronger when it has a good network. Without network, it's not a strong organization. So this gave an opportunity for us to have a good network with government departments, already people are incubation, institutions like that. So it's a very good opportunity for us to come here and learn different things and have a good network. And we are happy to we'll be soon becoming a member of ISBA.
Thank you. Of course, an event of this magnitude, managing incubation managers is very difficult. And thanks to Jagdish and the entire team from Active, I would like to invite the... I was wondering where you went.
I'm still organizing things.
I would like to invite the principal team of Active.
I would rather request all of them to come
On the stage.
Please come here, please.
Gwen, Jagdish,
Please,
Mangesh.
please come here.
Symbiosis.
Sonali? Fast.
Thanks a lot.
We're a small event.
So as Shankar would have put it, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause.
They have really put up a good show in such a short time. If you have come a day before here, you would have seen what was. Please. Sachin, where is Sachin? Sachin. Come here. This is a wonderful man.
The tech behind
This is the
MM
first
Active.
time, can you believe? In 20 minutes, this man organized the stage like anything. It was his idea and we were very suspicious. Why this, I mean, they have never worked with him and we have never worked with him. And such a big stage in such this, and in 20 minutes there was changeover. And entire middle portion was removed, kept aside, 2 halls were made, and in 20 minutes again it's back to order. Thanks to
Symbiosis management students.
And yes, and thanks to Vidya Erodekar, and she managed to send the entire team of Symbiosis. And I know that it has been very hectic 2 days for all of.
Not at all, and we thank you for giving us this opportunity. It has been a great experience.
So very good. So keep it up.
I met here many friends because, as you know, we have been in this business for the last 15 years, right from Science Congress to a lot of IT, nanotech, biotech related programs we have been conducting across India. So I've bumped into each one of you at some point of time or the other. And I've been organizing many programs, but trust me, and I'm not saying this because I'm standing here, for me, I really feel at home when I'm working with ISBA team. And each one of those key members of ISBA have been my friends for many, many years, and they're doing such a wonderful work. There are so many startup activities. In my every event, there is a startup program. But one unique thing about this particular event is all this big dream of 10,000 startups and whatnot is possible only when we have great ecosystem created by the incubators like what you are building. And starting something like that 11 years back, when ISBA was formed? 2004 with just 14 members and support from Department of Science and Technology. I remember when Dr. Jagdale told me about this ISBA, and I didn't even know about what incubation was. And now it is turning into such a big family. I'm not surprised the day when that long big dream of 1,000 incubators, maybe creating 100,000 startups will be realized. Thank you.
I think one set of people who I think everybody would realize that pulling off something based on the feedback which was given, the type of sessions, the kind of speakers, the networks that we had to create, the sponsorship, etc. I think there were a set of people who burned the midnight oil, literally. I think for the past 10 to 12 days, I think most of them have just survived on about a couple of hours or probably maximum 3 hours of sleep. And I would now like to call Pooja, Dr. Pooja. Where is she?
They are busy with some departures.
No, that Dr. Pooja doesn't want to come on the stage. Sonali, all other employees of STIP.
There's nobody here.
There's nobody here. They have to still manage the exits. Okay, moving on, I'd also like to call on stage our director ISBA. He suddenly disappeared. I just saw him standing. As usual, Casey knows the knack of disappearing at the right time. What do we do next?
Till then, may I He's gone to God Puja. Okay, till this team comes, may I invite 4 of my very close friends who have been really dedicatedly working for supporting me. Please, Badri, Usha, Hitesh, please, Chandni, please, come over, please. Believe me, as a friend, all of them decided to get away from all their work. They've forgotten their homes, friends, families, and last several days they have dedicated here, right from arranging hall, negotiating with people, entire managing with hotel, all logistics, food, everything has been decided by Badri. We did not discuss menu with hotel at all. I said, whatever this man decides, it's final. So everything has been done by Badri, Usha, Hitesh and Chandni. I really appreciate, I have no words to express. Sumit, please. Thank you so much. Yeah.
A very good evening to all the dignitaries, panelists, audience. I think I am more privileged to be involved with this entire two-day event. And I like to congratulate Dr. Jagdal and his entire team for doing such a brilliant job at such short notice. In the same tone, I'd like to call the General Manager, Sumit Kumar, to come on stage, please. Since I was closely coordinating with the entire staff of Hayat, I'd like everybody in the audience to know they have worked round the clock to make this happen. No fuss, smile on their face throughout the 3 days, and they have delivered whatever, in fact they've delivered more than I had expected. Please, a big round of applause for the staff of Hayat. Thank you.
24 hours, whatever you demand, nobody has said no. Hats off to you.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I actually want to thank all of you for giving us this opportunity to host this event in our hotel. We really look forward to such more events in our hotel, and please do let us know if you could be of any help in future. At the same note, I want to thank my leadership team of the hotel, Setu, Shul, my chef Suvendu, Soheb, for putting up an absolutely incredible job for past 48 hours. Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Now the team from STP, Dr. Pooja, I'm not going to leave you. Sonali, I saw her somewhere.
Come. This, here.
पूरा टीम पीछे से आएंगे. Where is Shinde? Shinde.
Quick.
Avinash.
Mahesh.
Sridhar. Mahesh.
Come to the front. Ashok. These are all backstage artists.
Now this small team at ISBA, Casey and Tushar, Ankit is here only. Casey, Tushar. Casey, of course, one of the other principal organizers. Despite some serious challenges at home, this man has been out of Hyderabad for the past 15 days when he should have actually been in Hyderabad. I think I really appreciate, despite the and Ankit, of course, has I think God knows how many Facebook posts he has already put on this conference. Request all of you to kindly log on to ISBA and promote the ISBA conference pages, all likes, comments, and so on and so forth, so that we get a lot of traction on that, and that's Tushar. So a special thanks to all these guys. And with that, we had a general body meeting today, and Casey was unfortunately had to step down as the vice president of ISBA because he wanted to join ISBA as a director. So I would be very happy to announce that we have Pranay Gupta as the new vice president of ISBA. I request Pranay to say a few words.
Raghu always puts me in a spot by asking me to do these extempore speeches. It's a big honor. Thank you. I've learned a lot from this group here from ISBA and been attending ISBA conferences for a long time. I'm based out of Delhi and have been helping Raghu a bit, and I just hope to do more of that. Thank you.
We also have a few new governing body members. UT Rao from Mica Incubator at Ahmedabad. Satyendra Srivastav from Krishna Institute, TBI Ghaziabad. Dr. Mahesh Kumar from St. Peter's College, Chennai. And also for those of you who don't know, some of our older governing body members, Preeti from NIT Calicut, Dr. Gangi Reddy from the University of Madras, Dr. Suresh Kumar from PSG STEP Coimbatore, and Poini Bhatt from Sain IIT Mumbai. Of course, she was not able to come because she was not well, and she would be shortly joining us as another vice president of ISBA. So I now request Dr. Jagdale to sum up.
Friends, everything that begins must end, and we are coming to an end. I must appreciate all the speakers, which whether from India or from overseas, all the speakers in such a short notice they have come. All the speakers have traveled at their own cost. Normally, speakers forget honorarium, nobody would travel at their own cost. At least people may forgo honorarium. But whether it is from US or whether it is from India, everybody has traveled at their own cost. It only shows the kind of passion for entrepreneurship people have, and kind of trust all the stakeholders in the startup community has in ISBA. So people have taken this ISBA as one of the premier organization wherein they can trust and they feel at home. These conferences, of course, will next year we might have, because we have decided to go for whoever invites us, especially state-wise, because a lot of excitement from states. different states, and even from the government also. This year, we had a lot of people sponsored by various state governments, which is unique. I do not know exact numbers, but from Andhra Pradesh, from Gujarat, from Kerala, and Karnataka, we have big teams funded by government, which is something which is unique. And so much so that we got even phone calls from as high as chief secretaries saying that we are funding and please accommodate our people. So that shows. 2 days before the conference, we had to close down because it was logistically not possible space-wise, because capacity that we could accommodate was limited, and also logistically to even complete the process of registration was not possible. And several people arrived here, even but we had to, we could not accommodate them. We had, that very good response, even we were quite depressed few days, a month ago, that government of Maharashtra wanted us to postpone this event, which was not possible. And then they said, we will not fund you. That was unfortunate, but all top people, ministers who matter in the state ministry, they themselves came. The person like even who is Minister for State, for Home, Finance and Planning, he spent nearly 1.5 days here. That shows the commitment of people. We had Bhagwant Kuba sir is around here, or is just left. A day before yesterday evening, I just gave him a call. Sir, we are organizing such and such an event. There is no formal letter, no program was sent. And I said, this is a conference, this is an event for startup enablers. Why don't you come over? It will be good. He says, I am coming. Cancels all these 2 days programs and boards a train and lands in the morning and spends 2 full days with us. And kind of interaction he had and passion that he has, that because he wants to take a lot of activities in his constituency. I think there's a lot of excitement. We were promised by several the MPs from Maharashtra to participate because they wanted to take mission incubation to tier 2 and tier 3 cities. But on the same day that yesterday, the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra on some serious issue had called meeting of MPs in Nagpur. So they couldn't make it, but they felt very sorry for not coming. So it was good. All the top ministers, they were also here. Apart from that, of course, we have nothing to say about our own friends from DST, entire DST, whether they were physically here or not here. In the background there, everybody was supporting us. And Mithil Sahib is part of ISBA. He is less of DST, more of ISBA, I would say. And because he trusts everybody, we feel it's one family. I'm really grateful, Mithil sir, for being really with us all through. I think he needs a very big applause. Thank you very much. So see you next year again with a lot of enthusiasm and zeal as you have shown this year in larger number and for more fruitful discourse. Thank you very much.
I think it'll be incomplete if I think Dr. Jagdale and Dr. Rajamani needs a standing ovation for the effort they have done to put this event together.